Good morning, Professor and everyone. My name is Trinh and now I am student of Department of Education Chemistry, and today I will talk about the topic of environment with the title Modification of Lignocellulosic Material with a mixture of DMDH EU chlorine chloride to remove chromates, nitrate, and arsenate in the aqueous solution. Let's get started. My presentation was divided to 6 parts. The first introduction, second main idea of article, third experiment, first analytical methods, fifth the results and discussion, and finally is the conclusion. Now I will move to part 1, introduction. As we know, the environmental pollution is a big problem to the human and especially the water pollution. So what is a water pollution? Water pollution is a contamination of water bodies which includes lakes, rivers, oceans, and groundwater. It occurs when the pollutants raise bodies of water without treatment. And among the many kinds of water pollution, the water pollution are heavy metal and nutrition and challenging problem. And so, what is water pollution by heavy metal? And as we know, heavy or toxic metals such as mercury, nickel, lead, arsenic, cadmium, aluminium, platinum, and copper are trace metals with a density of 5 times that of water. And heavy metal, as we know, have no function in the body and can be highly toxic when the human and the living organism use water polluted by heavy metal and the ion of heavy metal. And then is other problem is water polluted by nutrition. Nutrition like nitrate, phosphate, ammonium, and if the high concentration of nutrition in the water table can cause drinking water to become toxic, and high level of nutrition in surface water will cause overstimulation of outward growth, such as a bloom, and these blooms block the sunlight and creates anoxic zones. It's a zone with a very low concentration of this zone oxygen, and they create an uninhabitable environment for marine life, often referred to as the eutrophication. And so, if the water polluted by many sources, maybe by heavy metal or nutrition, how we can treatment to treat with water pollution to create the clean water. Now I need here some method of treatment with water contaminated, especially by heavy metal. And we have many kind of method for treating wastewater. Maybe the physics method or chemical method or biology methods, but I need some popular method here. Includes chemical precipitation, ion exchange, absorption, ultrafiltration, reverse osmosis, electrodialysis, or coagulation or flocculation, and then flotation or catalytic processes. It is a symbol of the image to illustrate the process of purify the water. And in the methods of treatment with contaminated water, in the method of absorption uh, mm, the contaminate in the water is effective the methods, and it's the reason I moved to the main idea of article. In the article, the author use some by agriculture byproduct. As you know, the Vietnam is still have the country with produce agriculture product is a main section in economy, and because Vietnam is a tropical country and the agriculture section is very developed, and the if some agriculture byproduct if not treatment and gets it up in the environment is called environmental pollution. And the idea of use agriculture byproduct, especially is the main component is cellulose, nice cotton or sawdust or coconut cell to make the absorption material, and then put the contaminated water here in the column contains the absorption material after is the material of after modified lignocellulose, and it play a role like the anion exchange in the column here, and contaminate water go through the column, and after that the outlet water can meet the permissible drinking and living water standard, and we can use this. And this method meaning of methods is not only to make the effective the methods to treatment with heavy metal and nutrition of contaminated water, and is reduce the cost of the clean water for living, and this is the mechanism of ion exchange or treatment of contaminated water. I will talk this later. And after have an idea, the author to start to experiment. The first is to choose the material, and material is contain the raw material is agriculture byproduct, the nice cotton or the sawdust here, and the butter of coconut here, and then modified by the chemical. On three kind of the raw material before the modify is have a cellulose structure here, and the author use a kind of chemical is a choline chloride. This is a quaternary ammonia source, and this is MDMDSEU contains many OH group, and then this is a scheme the making absorption material. It's a three kind of the agriculture byproduct contain the cellulose structure here, and then to put the kind of two kind of the chemical I need here to make the urea linkage here, and DMDSEU2 is a bridge to make the crossing between the OS group of cellulose with the OS group of choline chloride here, and after that we have this linkage, urea linkage, and cellulose attached to the quaternary ammonia source, and this group can exchange the anion with heavy metal ion or nitrates or some which is contaminate water, and this mechanism to chlorize of the absorption material can exchange the anion with the contaminated water, and then chloride release in the outlet water and make the clean water. And after synthesis, and the treatment of contaminated water with the material after modification, the author uses some analytical, very modern analytical method to check if the material after modified is successful, or the efficiency of treatment water with modified material. And the first to examine the structure, characteristic, and physical chemical property of modified material is by scanning electron microscopy. It is referred to SEM, or Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy (FT) on solid state 13 carbon nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy, and specific surface area because it's a material, and the BS at points of zero charge, and as a B8 BZC. And the method for analyzing the ion exchange capacity of modified nucleosis material includes with the chromate concentration were measured by atomic absorption spectrum photometer, and nitrate concentration were determined by ion exchange, and arsenate concentration were measured by ICB and MS system. And now is a results and discussion. The first, before to making material and also choose the optimum condition of concentration of chemical DM, DSU, and CC, and after survey of some the various concentration of DM, DSEU, and CC with the efficiency of ion exchange, also to have concluded this is the optimal concentration of DM, DSEU, and CC to modify the raw material as 10% of DM, DSEU, and 10% of CC. And this is a image after have synthesized material with this optimal concentration, and this cotton before to modify with this is different to magnification of same image, and the cotton before to modify and the cotton after modify. It creates the crossing or bridge here, and it sawdust and is a cucullus powder before to modify and make the clothing here, and some clothing here, and this material, the successful synthesized by other the method to examine or check by FTIR and solicitors through 13 carbon CB mass NMR spectrum, and the NMR spectrum is have a new base is 159 is represents the ureas, the linkage here, and it means the bridge of between the cellulose and the ammonia. This ammonia source is creates, and then the author made the BS as a point of zero charge, and by the graph and with the delta BS as the result, and this determine the value of BZC of sawdust is 11.7, and cochlear cell is 11.6. And after two examination of the successful of material, and now the author to use it for treatment of wastewater with contaminated by heavy metal. The first to author to survey the effects of initial chromate concentration to the efficiency of treatment, and to do that, author use the main various of the initial concentration of chromate and with the sawdust treatment by sawdust, and after survey, the author concludes that with the initial concentration of chromate is 50 milligram per liter is with the highest efficiencies here, and the same the result with survey with the cochlear cell powder and with the chromate initial chromate solution, and the initial concentration is a maximum of efficiency is 50 milligram per liter here, and is the highest efficiency. And then author evaluates the ability of separate chromate, nitrate, and arsenic in the fixed base column. It means both the material in column and pour the water go through the column with the efficiency remove the chromates between the first compared to the material author to modify, and the anion exchange ionized exchange resin is a commercial in the is a commercial product. It's a ZR13, and after compare the author so that the modify the cotton have higher the efficiency and 100%, and then they compare to efficiency of remove heavy metal ion in the water by modified cotton in with the cation and anion. The cation is a calcium and magnesium, and anion is nitrate, and they see that this material suitable with anion with the highest material highest efficiency, but it's no efficiency with the cation. It means this material suitable for exchange the anion, and the table 5 to compare to efficiency, uh, remove the accent with the two kind of material after modification as a modified solder and modified color cell powder, and with the same initial the concentration, and also concludes as with two kind of material with a high efficiency of treatment of water with arsenic 5. And after that, I can go to conclusion. After analyze the resource from the treatment of water contaminated by the heavy metal ion and nitrates, also to conclude that nickel cellulose material modified with the mixture of MDM, DS, EU, CC, mainly combined with an anion exchange mechanism, and with the net lignin content in the initial nickel cellulose material, like the cotton, is a higher efficiency of modification process and a good working pH range of modified cellulose material from 2 to 12 is the wide range of pH for working. And honest water, especially honest water under specific experiment conditions, could meet the permissible drinking water standard for chromates and nitrates K, and meets the permissible living water standard for arsenic K. And especially the research process modified cellulose material were very effective and potential anion exchange material to replace for commercial anionics anion resin in the removal of anion in aqueous solution by using fixed column. And this article very meaningful with in condition of Vietnam, and I highly appreciate this article. And this is the end of my presentation. And thank you for watching, and wish everyone a nice day, and thank you.